Hello guys, nice to meet you. I'm Joseph. This is Programming Simplified Now, and in this video, we're gonna have a study about JavaScript. It's a complete course, and we're gonna build three main apps. We're gonna build a login page. We're gonna build a text-to-speech app, and then we'll create a sign-up page with local storage. Believe me, watch this video from the start to the end. We are to build three main apps, each and everything, to see that everything is responsive. And believe me, by the end of this video, you're gonna be an expert in JavaScript, HTML, and CSS. So let's get started. Let's see how we can make this kind of login page. We see that once you're logged in, you can enter a certain name. Then once you enter a password that is less than the needed limit, you can check here and see your password. Let's see, once you're logged in, it alerts you that login failed, and above that, once you add down the password to the needed limit, you can check for your password. Once you submit, we see that successfully logged in. Once you press OK, you're directed to the main page. So let's make this in simple steps and see how we can finish. Without wasting time, just come to your desktop, open a new folder. You can name it login app. Just create, just drag your empty folder in your IDE. As I mean, if you're using VS Code, I'm currently using VS Code, so you can create a new file called index.html. Index.html. Create another one called style.css. We will need a third one called main.js. Yes, let's go straight. We will have a div here. For the div, we'll give it a class of form. Within your div, just have an h1. For the h1, we'll name it. We'll have a title. A title of login. Above that, we'll have a paragraph. We'll have a paragraph. For the paragraph, we'll say username. Hope that's it. Just copy this and paste it as this. We have an input here. Input type will be text. Placeholder will be name. And we also have it here. So this input type will be password. Placeholder will be password, and then it will have an ID of password. So what's next for us? We'll have another input input type will be checkbox. We'll also have another input. We'll have a type of submit, and the value will be submit. So we'll need to import our CSS link rel equals style sheet. We will say left equals style.css. We'll also import the JavaScript page and say script source will be equals script source will be equals to main.js. So we have successfully imported a CSS, we have imported the JS page. So let's first check out and see what we have done. And above that, here's the image we will be using for the background. So let's come here and see our pages here. Let's make some styling and see. Have a checkbox. Here is a submit. So let's come to the styling. You say margin 0, padding 0. We have a font family sans serif. So for the body we'll say I have a background URL 2.jpg, background position be center, and background size will be cover. You say justify content center, align item center, and you say display flex, and let's first check out and see. Hope this is at least somehow fine. So let's come to the form. We have a class of form. It will have a width of, let's use 350 pixels, and the height of, should we use 450 pixels, height you say border 5 pixels, solid, for the color will be FF6464, and we have a padding of 10 pixels, have a border radius of 10 pixels, and for the background color will be black, and then let's first check and see. Yeah. Let's try to see for the form. We have form h1. We have form h1, and for the color will be this. Margin left will be 60 pixels, and then you have a padding of 10 pixels. Let's now try to, for the form, we also have a color will be HFF. For the form, or else let's say paragraph be paragraph. For the paragraph, we use this color. Let's use this color here, color to be white, and font size to be 10 pixels, and then we have a margin top of something like 15 pixels. If we go to the input, let's just say input, you have a padding of 10 pixels. We also say font size to be let's use 18 pixels, and say background transparent, and you say border bottom 1 pixel solid, and then HFF. So for the border left be none, border top will be none, and then border right will be none, and let's say outline will be none. Let's first check out and see. But let's just remove this padding. We'll just say margin input, margin top, let's use 15 pixels. Try to see how it is. So for that, let's continue and say color BHFF. So what's next for us? That's next for us. I will have we are to work on this submit button. We will say input type equals submit. I will just say color will be this, and then we have a padding of 10 pixels and 30 pixels, and then we say font size. For the font size, should it be 20 pixels? And see, yes. So let's continue to see. We have a background color will be white, and then we have a border radius. Border radius will be something like 10 pixels, and from that let's continue and say hover background color will be hash ff6464, and then for the cursor will be pointer. Let's also add here something like margin top 60 pixels, and margin should we use margin left, something like 70 pixels. Let's add a display. Let's just say position to be absolute, and let's first comment this out and see where is our button. Okay, so let's use display flex. Yes, this has to work for the display flex. Let's add some padding here to see. For the form, let's add some padding to be of 30 pixels. So above that, let's add some functionality. Once we type here something and type here, we need, once you click this button, you can easily see the password. And for this, let's add some color here. this color should be 0 for this to be seen. So let's work on this. Let's go to JavaScript and see. But before, for the margin top, we'll add something like to be 25 pixels to have a space, to have some space here. Let's add some functionality. So we'll need this ID of password to work on this checkbox. So we'll say on click we'll say on click we'll say show password. And click show password. So once we come here, we say function show password. This is a function so show password. And once we click, we have to get this ID of password. So var x will be equals to document dot get element by ID password. So if x dot type equals password, then what will be done? X dot type will be equals to text, else x dot type will be equals to password. Add a semicolon for the clean work. So let's try to check this and see. Let's try to check this and see. Once you enter something and click, yes, our work is perfect. And once you click again, password is hidden. So another task for us to, once we submit, we can get an alert, login successfully, or else login failed. So once we come back here, we'll see that we add on click, let's say on click login. This is a function. So for the login, we'll come here and say function login. For the function login, we have a val password will be equals to document dot get element by ID. We need to get this ID of password. So document dot get element by ID password. So if password dot value dot length greater than or equal to 8, then we have an alert saying that login successful. Login successful. And we'll have an else. You have an else alerting us that login failed. So from that, once we check, come back to our app. Once we come back to our app, and once you enter something like enter your name, and then for the password, you can check for your password. And once you log in, and once you submit, we didn't get it. Let's see where is the issue. Alert login successful. So let's first come here and see function login. If password dot value dot length greater than or equals to 8, let login successful. So once you come back, you see that login failed. Login failed, and once you come back here and complete, let's check for the name. And once you complete here and submit, login successful. So let's try to see once you submit. You'll get you go straight to the main page, welcome page. So let's create another new page .html and create its CSS page. New page.css. So doc will import the styling. We'll import the styling here. Linker equals style sheet. Then left will be equals to new page dot css. So if you come here, you have an h1. Of a welcoming message. Welcome to the main page. So let's try to style. We say for the body we have a background of linear gradient to bottom. We say light blue, and then we say green, and then it will be width. We have a width of 100% and a height of 100 ph. So for the H1 for the H1 we'll have a font size of 40 pixels. You have a color of #FF6464, and let's try to check on this page. That here's the page that we are working on. We would like that once we submit, we go straight to the page. So for this, we have justify content center. For the display will be flex, and then margin top will be 20 pixels, and this is the welcoming page. So let's go to the main.js. From that we have a window dot location dot replace new page dot html. So let's come back and see where is our work now. So login failed, so Joseph, and then here let's input some password. You can check on the password you have entered. Once you submit, login failed. Why? Because we entered less than the limit we need. Let's add, can check on your. Then once you submit, login successfully. Our job is done. Thanks for watching. Like, comment for anything. Once you like the video, comment, subscribe. How are you today? Let's see how we can make this app. Right now, text to speech app. You can see that as you write something like this, you click this button.
Now are you?
It's saying now are you. Let's say type this and click.
Hello world. Hello world.
Yes. Once you increase here.
Hello world. Hello world.
Now once you reduce.
Hello world.
Yeah.
Hello world.
Yeah, this is a very nice app. Yeah, with great designs. Let's get started right now and see. Just come here and to the desktop and create a new folder, and you can name it text to speech. Just come here and create come to the VS Code to your IDE, and then just drag the folder you have created. Otherwise you can open it. So we are to see here how we can create this app from scratch, and we need to create a new folder here. We need to make this app with HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Let's make index.html. Create another file called style.css. For that case, let's come to index.html. Just type doc, and then we see how we can continue. Within, just type something like this, then within the header we can import the style equals style sheet, ref equals style.css. Just come here to the body, and then create a div. Just give it a class of container. Within the container we will have a title. We will have a title. Let's say this is an H1. We can say that let's say text to speech, and then just come down and create another div. You can, let's say that before that just come here and say text area, something like this. And we'll give it an ID of text. Then we'll give the columns will be 20. Let the columns be 30, and the rows will be something like 15. This is the text area, and then within this div we'll need a label for speed. Label for speed. This is speed. Then this is an input type. Will be range, and then from that side we will give it an ID. We give it an ID of speed. Let's just come and open it and see. Yes, you can see you give it a placeholder here, some text, give it a placeholder equals uh, write text, write text here. Just copy the whole of this and paste it here, and then we have to change this. This is label for pitch, and then this ID will be pitch. This is pitch. So hope that's it. Yeah, seeing now something, seeing something coming. Now let's try to, but it is not measured well. It has to, once you click, it come right here. Let's add something here and say that label for label input type equals range, max will be 2. Also here max will be 2. So you see that once you click, it's clear now. Let's give it some styling. So let's say margin will be 0, padding will be 0, and then box sizing will be border box. When we come to the body, for the body width has to be 100% with an height of 100 ph. We will give it a display of flex, and then justify content center, and then align items center. Yeah, we see that our app is displayed from the center. So for that, for the body, we give it a background of, let it be linear gradient, let it be red, and then let it be orange. For that case, yes, we are seeing something coming now. I will continue, and once we come to that, let's come here and we get this div class container. Now we are styling this container. So just come here and say for the container border will be 5 pixels solid, and for the color will be blue. For the border radius will be 10 pixels. The radius will be 10 pixels. For the background color will be light blue, and then we'll give it a padding of 10 pixels. Let's come here and say, let's give it a height of 500 pixels. Yes, we need it to be something of this nature, this kind. So once we come, let's come back here for the rows. Should the rows be 10? Yes. Then columns should be 40. Yes, it should be something of this kind. And now, once we come to the text area, this text area, let's give it some styling. For the text area, we give it a padding of 10 pixels. 4. Now for the title, let's type also this title. Let's give it a class of title, and then we'll give it a padding of 10 pixels, and then font size, font, font, font size, should it be something like 50 pixels, and font weight will be 90 pixels. Sorry, this should be 900. Yeah. Yes. Now we are seeing something coming. So um, for the font size, will it be 15? It like this? Yes. And for the container, we don't have this background color for the container. It should be something like this. And then we have also box shadow. 0, is it 15 pixels? And then #ff is coming now. For the text area, uh, we have a border uh, border radius of 5 pixels. Text area, then background color be light blue. Now we are seeing something. Now for this title, also for the color has to be, is it? Yes. Is it like that? Yes. And now from that, we need to add a button here. We need to add a button. We need to add a button down here. Button. This big. We'll give it an ID of button. hope that's it. So yes, for that case, but let's implement it. Let's implement at least our button. So once we come to the style.css, we'll say dash button. Let's give it a padding of 5 pixels, something like that. Is it? And then 15 pixels, something like this. Now let's give it a border radius of 5 pixels, then background color of light blue, and then let's give it a cursor pointer. At least something is implemented. At least. Now let's go to the next step where we can, once we enter some text and click, it is spoken by your machine. Just come here and create a new file called main.js, and then from that let's say let text equals document dot get element by id text. Just come here down the body tab. We put our JavaScript. So, and say script source will be equals to main.js. So let's come and say this is the text ID that will be had once we click the button. Once we click, we need this text in here to be had here, then spoken. So let text equals to this id.get element by id, and then from that you say let button equals document.get element by id, document.get element by id button. This get element by id helps us to listen to the file in index.html. So from that I will say let speech equals new speech synthesis uParens. Now from that we will say button dot add event listener, click, then we have empty brackets, arrow sign. Then we'll just say speech dot text will be equals to text dot value. Be equals to text dot value. Speech dot rate will be equals to now we have to also have something here. Let speed equals document dot get element by id speed. And also here let speech equals document dot get element by id speech. So we'll now say speech dot text equals text dot value. Speech dot rate will be equals to speed will be equals to speed dot value. So from that, speech dot volume be equals to 1, and now from that speech dot patch will be equals to speech dot value. So we will now say speech synthesis dot speak speech. Let's just come here. Once you refresh and type, we have completed.
We have completed.
Yes.
We have completed. We have completed.
Once you reduce,
We have completed. We have completed. We have completed. We have completed.
yes, hope that was nice. Make sure you subscribe for the next videos, next wonderful videos. Thanks for watching. Today's video, let's have a look on how to make local storage. For the local storage, you will create a sign up page that has a local storage. On submit, we see that your data can be saved locally on a local storage. We have to learn all this in this video. Once you enter something like your information, let me say Joseph, and then you can enter your email and then enter your password. Once you sign up, you'll see the local storage with the name Joseph. You see the password, and then you will see your email. We need to learn how we can go on and make a local storage within your code. How you can make that, and a simple sign up page. So for that case, open a new folder on your desktop. I named it sign up with local storage, and just drag it in your VS Code, and then from that within this folder you can create within this folder you can create an index.html file. Then from that we will create another file called script.js, and another one we will create another one called style.css. Those are the three major files we need. Within HTML, type this to start your HTML file. So for this you can add this in order to prevent loading your HTML file in a CAX mode, and most times you may face that challenge for the CAX mode. So you add this to tell the browser that load the page in no CAX mode. So we will need to import this script.js. Just type script source equals /script.js, and that's it. And then from that another thing is that let's change the title to be sign up with local storage. Sign up with local storage. For that case, let's dive in and start. We'll have an h1 with a text in capital letter, sign up. From that I think if we put this in a div, it's not bad. If we put this in a div, it's not bad. Let the sign up be outside the div. Okay. So from that we will have a form, and so we will have a form, and then from this we will have a label for name, it will be a label for name, maybe from this you have an input type to be text, and the ID will be name. And then let's just copy this, copy and paste. We will have a label for email, and then ID will be email, and then for this label for this will be label for password,
and this will be input type. Input type will be password. ID will be password. So for this case, once you open this, we see that we have started working on our page, but the styling is not so good. The styling isn't much good. Sort of edit some sort of stylings here. Let's say for the body, let the width be 100 VW, and then background color will be light blue. But we need to import this CSS within our HTML. Within the head, we need to say link rel equals style sheet. Then script source. Then source will be equals then source will be equals to script style.css. So for that case, we see that once you import this, we see that we'll have started the application. So for this, let's try to see. Let's try to check out and see here. This is ref equals. So for that case, I will continue and say for the styling, let's come to form. For the form, 10 pixels. So the input will have a width. Let me say width to be 70 or 80. So for this case, let me try this. For this, once we come back to the script, we would need to make this responsive. We are done with styling. I won't need to take much time on styling, but let's make this functioning. So for that case, but we forgot adding the button. We forgot adding our button label. I didn't finish the label. This is label for the name, and this is label for the email, and this is label for the password. For this case, This is small b, this is small b. Button. Yes, let's proceed and say that I have added the button, sign up button. Let's add some styling. For the sign up button, it has some styling of it will have a background color to be dark blue. This H1 also has a color of dark blue. This button, let's give it a width of let's give it a width of 80% also, plus a padding of 10 pixels, plus a border radius of 10 pixels. Let's give it margin top of 10. Let's go to the script, and then for the script we'll have a const sign up, const sign up. Once we come to the submit to the form here, you add on submit, you name it sign up, this sign up, and then I will name this button type to be submit. So let's continue and say var, for the var name will be equals to document, dot get element by id, document dot get element by id name dot value, and from that let's add a var email will be equals to document dot get email by id email, this is dot value, this is dot value. So this is password. So from that I think we are on, and then let's continue and say var user will be equals to for the user will have a name, an email plus a password. That is a full user. For the user will have a name, for the name will be that name we mentioned, and then for the email will be that email we mentioned above. For the password will be password we mentioned above. So once we go to JSON, we'll have a var JSON will be equals to JSON dot string file. String file just helps to turn a JavaScript object into an array. So I will say for the JSON will be equals to JSON dot string file user. This is in form of object. String file will help to turn it into string. So for that case, I will say local storage dot set item user, and then we will also have JSON. Let's make this to be a username, and then let this be a capital letter. Let it be a capital letter, and then also this is a username label 4. This is label 4. This is label 4. Label 4 a username ID, also username. So I think that's it. So from that, for that case, once we add a console, let's also add a console.log user added. So for that case, once we open our console, let me say Joseph. This was a function. It was a function. So on submit, it will call that function. On pressing the button, it will call this function submit. So once you press, you see that a user has been added. So once you type and then submit, you see that a user has been added. So once we go to the application, we want to see for the local storage. For the local storage, you see that the email is here, and then for the password, and then username. I think it's now fine. It's good you practice this kind of application. It's so much important. To help improve your skills. So local storage.set item user, JSON. So try fixing this and try making this kind of application by yourself. You'll find that the skills will go on increasing. You see that the password is set in the local storage plus the email plus the name. So thanks for watching, and see you in the next video.